Yeah, it's Vibes Behind the Verse with C.
What's up, Soul Family? Welcome back to Vibes Behind the Verse. And today we vibing with Cárson Crazé. He just dropped an EP, y'all. You gotta check this project out. We're gonna give you all the links and all that great stuff. But today we're doing a deep dive into his artistic journey behind like creating this project, and he's just gonna tell us all about who he is as an artist as well. So come vibe with us. Let's get into it.
I know my nigga.
And I
know sometimes I got low self-esteem. Maybe it's because I got an STD. Or is it cause I know I ain't feed my seat until he turned 3. I know it's a lot of signs to me. At times I'm real nice, other times I'm real mean. Bipolar, schizophrenic, what's number 3? Since you know me, nigga. What you don't know, get off my, you said wine, I smoke out, my dick's in the tuition, what of this chicken that I'm spinning on this shit, nigga. Fuck it, pat the pot, hot sky, do shall ride, somebody die, my wife alive. I know what time I'm a pursuer for everything except Yeshua. They be measuring what's wrong with you like you some goddamn ruler. To bet my identity from saying I'm the ruler. I know I got some things to fix. I can't be going back and forth with my lady like a hit 2 and 2 together like Twix and together like chicks who just love to talk shit. I know back then I want some jewelry on my wrist. Now I don't give a fuck about wearing jewelry on my wrist. I know I'm supposed to keep this shit clean, but not everything seem what it seem. I know sometimes I got low self-esteem. Maybe it's because I got an STD. Or is it cause I know I ain't feed my seat until he turned 3. I know it's a lot of signs to me. At times I'm real nice, other times I'm real mean. Bipolar, schizophrenic, what's number 3? Since you know me.
Hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
Hello.
I'm wonderful. I'm so excited to have you here on Vibes Behind the Verse.
Yeah, okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about your project? What's the story behind it?
Okay. My project, Flesh vs. Spirit, Volume 1, is just a small EP. I actually started off being a gospel project back when I was a gospel artist. And I'm just not really with that shit anymore. You know, but I still use the same principles that I've learned throughout my life, and I use experiences that I've had, real life experiences, to where I can testify. And I may use a little bit of cuss words, I may say nigga, I may say fuck, but the people that are going to be listening to this tape can understand and receive it, rather than me being all holy, me being all righteous. Not everybody can receive that. Not everybody wants to hear that. Some people need to hear the real. Some people need to hear the grind part of things that it's uncomfortable to talk about. So this project is just a representation of me and everybody else as well. Flesh versus Spirit. I got 3 songs in there, and the first song in there is just an intro. So it's a very, very, very classic tape in my opinion. It definitely gives like some old school Kanye vibes, some shit that he's not really doing anymore. And it honestly is just it's the first me. It's the first Cárson Crazé sound. I used to compare my sound, but I don't think I sound like anybody. I think that I sound just like me.
Okay, so how would you describe the sound and vibe of the project?
I would say it's true hip hop. I am an MC, and I come from singing, you know, but I don't enjoy singing. I believe that I was meant to be a rapper. I'm an MC. It's the beats that I made for this project. Oh, I did make all the beats as well. Sorry, I didn't even mention that.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm a producer first, an artist second, and I just wanted to make sure that they were authentic hip hop beats. You know, good kick and snare. I use classic samples like Billie Jean, "Ain't No Sunshine" by Bill Withers, and one other song was just original sounds that I use, and that song is called "Reap," and that is the first song that I've ever copywritten. It's the first song that I own completely, and that's actually the song that I'm trying to focus on and have a music video on already. And with the link that I have in my bio, you're able to play the whole tape, and you can't listen to the music unless you click this link, and you're able to view the video at the bottom after listening. It's only 7 minutes long, and each song is about a minute, between a minute and so it's very short. People got a short attention span. So I wanted to make sure I get my point across, some hard ass beats, something that make you feel like you in the past.
Dope. That's dope. So how did it come together? Like the writing, the production, any collaborations?
No collaborations. I wanted this to definitely be a solo project. I wanted people to know that I'm more than just an engineer. I'm more than just a producer. I'm more than a rapper. I'm a creative.
You're an artist.
I'm a vessel for God, and your way of being a vessel for God is different than my way. My way is a little dirtier than yours. So I do it how I do it, and you got a problem with it, take it up with God.
All right. I love that. So what was going on in your life during this time of creating this project?
I moved to Chicago. I left Atlanta.
You left us.
Yeah, I left Atlanta and I moved to Chicago, man. And the single that I have on there that I was talking about, "Reap," "Reap," like I said, is my first single. I made that here in Atlanta, and I worked on that song day and night. And I worked so hard on it, people just still criticized it, and I'm so my confidence was just torn down. I had nights where I cried about this song because of all the criticism I was getting from the people I looked up to. But then I began to put this song in front of people that didn't have the ear as an engineer, or didn't have the ear of a professor where they could hear everything wrong with it. I began to put this song out in front of people that were regular people in France, people in Africa, and I was able to get the song heard. And when I moved to Chicago, I just continued to make beats. I continued to say, okay, how can I give somebody something that is familiar to them, but also put my spin on it? So that's where I went into sampling those records. The beats came first, and the lyrics came second. And after I made those beats, I sat on those beats. I as a matter of fact, each beat that I made, I actually had a vision for it, how it was gonna sound in my mind before I even made the beat.
Ooh, okay.
And I knew what it was gonna become, but I didn't know the lyrics were gonna be what they were. Because every time I write to something, it doesn't always match up. I might write something and then I start freestyling, and then when I freestyle, it's now the chorus of the song. So it just kind of like I was in a new state, in a new place, and the music is the only way I can really express how I feel or who I am. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's the only way I could do it. And I think I did it in a damn good way.
I think you did too. You're super dope. Genius. Musical genius.
Thank you. You're a musical genius.
Thank you. So how do you want your listeners to feel when they hear you?
I want them to relate to it. I want them to be like, dang, like, I feel that. I want them to be like, I went through this as well, because I'm nobody different than anybody else. I'm not special than anybody else. I go through things just like everybody else, and I want you to be able to hear what I'm saying and hear the vulnerability, and also be able to connect with that, even if you didn't go through it. Because maybe you will one day, or maybe you know somebody who's went through it, and when you listen to my music, you'll get a better understanding of what I mean.
Sure. Thank you for your vulnerability and sharing your music and your raw emotions, but also your journey with us.
Of course.
So any memorable studio moments or challenges?
Oh yes, when I was making Reap, everybody was in that studio with me. Even you. You even came into the studio. Yes, you even came into the studio. You like, I knew you did more. Because
I knew you were dope.
Man, hey, I don't think you know I did music. I think you knew I was in the music program, but I was so quiet here. I was very to myself. But I was also talking to people that I connected with.
Shout out SAE.
Yeah, shout out SAE Atlanta. It birthed me. You know, without SAE Atlanta, I wouldn't be shit. You know, I'm out of Chicago, but you know, I'm just in Chicago to finish out, and you know, hopefully, you know, continue this journey that I started here in Atlanta. And that was like a very monumental moment, just being able to work in the SSL room that they have upstairs. You know, Timberland was up in the SSL room, in the same SSL room as me. It's just crazy to know that greats have been in that room, and I was able to at least attempt to be as great as them. I don't think I ever will.
You'll be great in your own way.
Simply because I'm not gonna sell my soul. But the people who know will know. The people who listen will feel what I'm saying. They will feel the records because of all the time that I put in.
Have you ever had to overcome doubt or setbacks?
Of course. Especially, go ahead. Ask your question.
And how did you rise above them?
Definitely. Coming to a school like SAE, where you're just around a whole bunch of professors, a whole bunch of people that have the ear to hear everything wrong with your song. It's like you work so hard on something and people just tear it down. And they're not tearing it down on purpose. They're tearing it down because that's what their ears are trained to do. But I go based on how the song makes me feel. You know, my sound has been built through all its imperfection. I just made sure that I paid attention to how the song made me feel, and as long as the song wasn't hurting my ears or making me feel like, you know, dang, this is hurt, this is just uncomfortable, I believe that it was a perfect song. Even Michael Jackson's mixes weren't even the best mixes. There were some of Michael Jackson's songs that were like, you couldn't even really hear his voice, but the way it sounded, the way it felt, it just felt so good. It's like, but sometimes you can barely hear what the man is saying.
So
you know,
true.
I was told that, you know, I had too much reverb in my voice, or, you know, but all the problems I was hearing, nobody else said the problems I was hearing. They was telling me other problems that I didn't even have a problem with. So it was like, you know, as I was going to SAE and learning about, you know, mixing and how important, you know, EQing is and compression and all these things, it's just trial and error. I rose above that feeling by just saying fuck what they said, to be honest, and still push my shit, still drop the song, still doing big things with it. And the song is actually on track to be in a TV show soon, through sync licensing.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So that's my the first time publicly announcing it. But
proud of you.
Thank you so much. And sync licensing is a way for artists to be able to get their songs in movies, TV shows, and video games. You don't need to be famous to do it. And they're actually looking for smaller artists like you and I, because they don't want to pay Drake $50K when their music budget for the whole movie is $100,000. You know, bigger artists charge more money, so they're gonna go to C and they're gonna go to Cárson and say, we're gonna give you $5,000 to rent your song in our movie, just to lease the song. And I made sure I just had my PRO and all my royalties set up to be able to receive. I just made sure that I still made every step possible to make sure my song was protected, regardless of what anybody said. And I've had less criticizing and more praising of the music that I've made, simply because of its homemade sound. It doesn't sound perfect. And a lot of the music back then didn't sound perfect, and that's what made it so timeless.
So true.
Biggie Smalls,
that is so true.
Tupac, and this is at the time where they didn't have the best equipment, and they still were making millions, billions off their music. And if they can do it at that time, I can do it today, and I can kind of try to bring that vibe back.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for sharing that. What's one thing you wish more people knew about you and or your art?
I wish people knew that I'm like a super closed off person, but I'm also the most outgoing person too. My music screams my personality, how I talk and how I iterate my words, and the beats that I make it just screams how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, and when you have that kind of creative control over what you're making, nobody else can replicate that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think we have that in common.
Okay.
So,
yes, we do.
All right. So, any upcoming projects, tours, visuals that we need to know about?
Like I said, there is a music video for Reap. And you will see that when you stream the link from my bio on Instagram. And it's also all from my Instagram as well. I don't have any shows coming up. I'm kind of focusing on staying behind the scenes, focusing on, like I said, single licensing, getting my songs, TV and film, getting paid off of, my music, without being famous. I don't really, the spotlight would be cool, but do I really need it? No, I just want the money. So,
Okay.
take care of my family.
Okay. I love that. So right now we're going to do a segment like a Fast Five. And it's just like a lightning round of like some fun random questions.
Okay.
So, gotta answer pretty quickly. So,
All right.
Midnight studio sessions or early in the writing?
Midnight.
First song you ever loved?
Reap.
Dream collab? No, I'm just kidding. Dream collab.
Kanye West.
Favorite self-care ritual before performing?
Has to make sure that I moisturize my face, because my face gets dry fast.
Okay. One word that describes your sound.
Timeless.
Timeless. I love that. Okay, so any message to your fans or advice to other artists?
Fuck what everybody says, but also take heed to what everybody says. You're able to choose and pick kind of what information you want to take in and what advice you want to take. Just be careful with advice you're taking and be wary of the people that are trying to bring you down. Not everybody's trying to bring you down, but you get to choose what you want to take in, and what you want to put out.
I love that. Okay. So how can we support and connect to the platforms, your socials?
Just go on Instagram, follow me, Cárson Crazé, Carson. My bad, shit. CARSON CRAZE. Cárson Crazé on all platforms. You can look that name up on Google. All my stuff will come up, and you will find what you need to find to listen. You will find it. You will find it.
Okay, cool beans. Alrighty, and one more question. What does success look like to you right now?
Stability.
I love that.
Stability. That's success to me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
What a pleasure having you. What a pleasant surprise.
Hey, I love you. You love what's up. You love what's up.
I love you too.
What's up? Cárson Crazé, checking in, checking out.
Yeah, on Vibes Behind the Verse.
On Vibes Behind the Verse.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right. Love to All right. Big love to Cárson Crazé. Thank you for coming out to vibe with us on Vibes Behind the Verse. Yeah, y'all heard it first. I know. Go stream that. Go listen to that. please click the link on his bio. We're gonna provide that for you below. Check it out, stream it, tell your mama, tell your sister, cousin, and brother, friend, all of that great stuff. And then until next time, keep aligning and vibing high.